Hey everyone, Kupo here and welcome back to my Chrono Cross walkthrough. Today we are carrying on our climb up Terra Tower. We need to break some seals on some lifts and defeat a few more bosses and then see what's waiting for us at the very top. You'll have noticed that we can go in two paths. We're going to take the left one first because, let's be honest, the left one is easier. So we're going to take this portal. Whee! We're going to jump across and we're going to take on whatever the hell this is. Ominous boss music time. This is the Gravitor. 2,850 hit points, 8 action points, black innate, which means that Sarge should run a road over this guy. Opening with an eagle eye. With Sarge having such high strength, we shouldn't, in theory, need a strengthen from Fargo. Yeah, that's a good check. 1,900. That tells us that we're probably going to one-shot this guy. Unfortunately, it does get off its attack Omega Black off, which, to be honest, it's an awesome animation. It's really cool. It does 399 damage. It doesn't mess around. Unfortunately, for the Gravitor, neither do I. Getting in the dash and slash. 1,314 damage is more than enough. There we go. Hopefully we get better strength specifically for Glenn. Sarge is at 48 strength. That's insane. Glenn still gets nothing. Fargo on 44 strength. This is not good for Glenn. It's actually messing up with a couple of our strats for later on. We need to be super careful for the upcoming fight. It might not be enough. We'll have to see. 39 strength is well below average, really, at this stage. As I mentioned in the previous episode, you're looking at Glenn being at about 41, 42 strength here. We have not had good luck, it has to be said. Anyway, we need to make our way back across, again avoiding the cupoids. We took them on in the previous episode. They're quite easy to defeat, but they're just a waste of time. Be careful, they have a tendency of hanging around the entrances to the other areas, so don't get yourself caught up there. Okay, we're going to make our way to the right this time. And the gimmick for this screen is that there is a rather annoying wind. This can knock you into the Terra Terras that you can see before you. It will go up, and then down, and then up, and then down, and as long as you stay relatively central, you shouldn't get into an encounter. If you do, you can always just run away. Remember, in this game, running away is 100% success rate. Okay, time to take on arguably the toughest of the Ators, the Luxator. 3,150 hit points, 8 action points. It's tanky. It's gonna hit us very hard. Fortunately, though, we are quite strong ourselves. Once again, we are going to open up with an eagle eye from Glenn onto Sarge. Fargo this time is going to get off a strengthen because the Luxator is white innate, and we are going to need to do a bit of messing around. We don't actually want to turn Black Sarge this time. The Luxator has a really heavy attack. Look at that, 200. If Sarge was 280, in fact, and that includes a miss. If Sarge was black innate, there is a non-zero chance that Sarge dies there. It's quite scary. Anyway, I want to push some stamina, so there we go. 666, that doesn't bode well. And then with Glenn, we're looking to hit... Ooh. We were looking to hit level 3 here. We missed an attack and a Mega White as well. The magnified to a Mega White. We are in trouble. See, it doesn't always go to plan. This will probably kill. Yeah, there we go. That happens sometimes. 1. Looking for a revive. Yeah, but you'll notice that it's going to end up in an all-white field effect. So we need to be careful at this point. Glenn. 2, 3. I think I'm on 4 action points. We could be in a bit of trouble. Okay, I want to trigger the heal. There we go. So yeah, once you get Luxator to a certain amount, it will heal itself. Okay. We are not going to use Saint, although that is incredibly tempting, actually. The reason why we're not going to use Saint is that, remember, if you use a white innate element against this guy, he will absorb it. Okay, that was very scary. And we were very unfortunate. Luxator got a very fast first turn there. Not ideal, but, you know, a win's a win, and that's why we have Revive. Sarge gets an atrocious level up. Glenn finally gets an increase to his strength. Strength and magic, in fact, and Fargo also gets an increase to his strength and magic. We are going to heal up. We get Ultra Nova for winning. Amazing. That is the 5th of the, you guessed it, 6 elemental bosses in this area. 1 more to go. By process of elimination, you may have noticed, it is the blue one. Wow, who saw that one coming? Okay, we're gonna jump back across. I'm not gonna skip going back to the starting screen. I will show you going back because, yes, the wind has not gone away. Honestly, you can probably... yeah, see what I mean? The cuboids can really troll you. It's getting very close. It's getting very close. No. Yeah, the cuboids love trolling you, for real. There's often one hanging around here. Not this time. Oh, there was. Oh, there was. Oh, that could have been very bad. Okay. Now we can move straight ahead. And there is one more blob to take on. Disrespecting the origins of life. Mother Sea suffers. You must pay the price. Here we go. Aquator, 2,940 hit points, 6 action points. Quite quick, but fortunately Sarge is quite strong. So we are going to open with some 2s. And then on Aquator's first turn, it will cast Nimble, followed by Vigoro, followed by Numble. That will lead in an all-blue field. Vigoro doesn't really do anything. In the sense of the boss will still only act after a certain amount of AP. So that's fine. I don't know why it casts Vigoro. Glenn is going to get in some 1s and then going to use X Strike. Even though it's an all blue field, it is still a red element. 1,584. Okay. Fargo is going to cast Strengthen on Sarge. And we're hoping for a stamina refresh here. There we go, we got one. How dare you, sir? Yeah. These guys can really lay the pain. Ooh, yeah, okay. We're gonna use a... Oh, we can't use Dash New Slash. Luminaire should finish it. It's in crit, and Sarge actually has quite a high magic stat. I think what I should have done is that I should have used Fargo to cast Strength on Sarge before we used X Strike. That was clearly a mistake. Luckily, though, we still have the damage to finish off the fight. Another growth level. Sarge gets some magic. Glenn gets another strength and some agility. And Fargo gets some strength. Okay, 41 strength. That's not great. But Sarge's strength is a really important one. It needs to be above 46, which it was. So, yeah. That's the ideal one. If it's 46 strength, then it makes this next fight a lot easier. If it's not 46 strength, you just have to do a few extra auto attacks. It's not that big a deal. Anyway, there's this sequence that happens in a certain order. If you haven't noticed, this sequence has been played to you pretty much throughout the game. It's quite important. So, what we're going to do is we are going to make our way up, once again teleporting. This feels like Fort Dragonia, to be quite honest with you. Here we go. We have made it to the top of Terra Tower. Fun fact, you actually have to step on that pressure plate to open the door. If you don't, and you examine the door, it's like, oh, it seems like there's a device that will open this. Anyway, help! Stop it. Kill me. Welcome. Welcome, humans. Those who know the torment and joy of creation know also the pleasure and pain of destruction. Therefore, all that pass through here must be prepared to share the burden that I carry. Alright. Time to examine what's on the middle there. I think it's quite obvious who was saying the "stop it, kill me" lines. Yep, this is the Frozen Flame. And whatever you do, don't touch it. It's been very mischievous throughout the entire game. Yeah, everyone's fine. We get some extra dialogue because we saved Kid in the Lucas orphanage. Side quest. You don't get this if you skip that, obviously. And yep, here comes that biological life form Balthazar spoke about in the previous episode. In order to survive, all living things in this world fight desperately and devour those they defeat. Must one kill other living things in order to survive? Must one destroy another world in order to allow one's own world to continue? The wounded, in turn, wound and torment those weaker than themselves. There are only the killers and the killed, the sinners who are judged, and the victims that do the judging. What meaning is there to such a world? Very philosophical, which, you know, final boss, getting philosophical, to be expected. I shall cleanse this blue planet of you filthy humans once and for all. I mean, it's got to be the final boss, right? We climbed all the way up to a tower. We've had so many bosses in the boss gauntlet, and this even has a multi-phase. This is the Dragon God, or the Time Devourer. 1900 hit points per phase, 10 action points. Alright, to start off with, it will start at White Innate. It will not stay in White Innate. We're going to open with Sarge. He's going to get off a 2 and then a 3-2. There we go. Good start. Oh, that all hit, which is perfect. We're trying to push in some damage. You'll notice that we haven't done any strengthening, no eagle-eyeing, no turning yet. This is a long game. Did I just completely forget to heal after Luxator? I think I completely forgot to heal after Luxator. Well, okay. This is going to be interesting. 1-1 to get Fargo to level 3. And then he's going to turn Sarge green. That's right. Even though it's White Innate, we're going to turn Sarge green. It makes sense, I promise. Okay, and then with Sarge, we're going to just use 2s repeatedly. We're not spamming here. We want to just try and evoke his turn. If we don't evoke his turn, it's not the end of the world. Anyway, this indicates the end of a phase. And every time the phase is changed, there's some minor AoE stuff. Also, not a him, it's a her. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. Remember, this is Harley. So, well, I say it's Harley. Harley was the Dark Moon Dragon. The voices where you heard "Stop, kill me now," that was Harley. Anyway, now that we are in this position, I want to get Glenn to do some 1s to get Sarge to 5 stamina. Mission successful. I now want to strengthen Sarge. You'll notice that the Time Devourer, by the way, is now yellow. This is phase 2. Fargo is also going to get in on the action. He's also going to get an eagle eye off on Sarge. That's going to actually push out the yellow field effect. And we'll now have 1 green, so Sarge is going to do a bit of extra damage to her. Okay, we have the damage, we have the strength, so we're just going to do a 3. And another 3. Boom. That's over 1,900. Time for another phase shift. Now we are going to switch to the red phase. Still 1,900 HP. Still 10 action points for all the phases. Okay, new phase. Who dis? Well, first things first, we need to switch Sarge's innate color. So, now that the Time Devourer is red, we want Sarge to turn blue. Okay, and then with Fargo, we want to do some stamina pushing. We would like Sarge to get to 6 stamina. And we want Fargo to get to level 4, which he did. So now we can get off a Vigorer. This will give Sarge some AP, and on top of that, will give us 2 blue field, 1 red field, so our blue is going to be slightly stronger. All this matters, all this adds up. Okay, we can get a 3 off, another 3 off, and that should do it. Time to once again change phases. We are in phase 4. Now, the Time Devourer is green innate. Alright, Sarge is going to open We're going to get a 1 and then some 3s off. Look at that. We're going to do another 3 here because we have quite a lot of strength. And that's enough. That's that one. Time to make our way to stage 5, where the Time Devourer is now going to be blue in 8. So we don't need to heal here. I think we're quite good in the healing. Glenn is also level 3, so if he's not level 3, do some 1s till he gets level 3. Fargo is now going to do a weak attack here. And then we're going to, once we hit level 1, we're going to strengthen Surge. And now Sarge is going to get off an X strike. Hopefully this does enough damage. Oh, there we go. 2,487 damage. We are doing so much work. You'll notice that we have been spreading out the damage amplifiers throughout the fight. The key to this fight is preparation and patience. There is a saying, perfect preparation prevents piss poor performance. And this fight is very much the epitome of that. We are now in the black phase. We still don't need to heal. Glenn, Sarge actually has 5 stamina, which is great. We got a nice stamina refresh there. We're going to go to 6. We are also going to use another Eagle Eye on Sarge. However, Sarge still has his blue innate, and that's not acceptable. So I want to try and do some weak attack with Fargo. We are waiting for that blue innate to wear off. There we go. That's done. Okay, and now that that's done, I would like to go back to Sarge. We're going to poke again with a weak attack and then do some super strong attacks. And we didn't quite get enough damage down, so free fall comes in. Hopefully Fargo doesn't die. He is in a good spot. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Sometimes this can happen. Patience, as always, is the key. There we go. We have one more phase. Fargo is in a bit of a pickle, but I think we'll be okay. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I am going to use my turn black here now that the Time Devourer is white in 8. Try and keep up. There we go, there's Sarge. I'm going to turn Sarge black. And now Fargo is going to get some attacks in until Sarge has 7 stamina. Excellent. And now Sarge is going to come in. Still under the influence of Eagle Eye. God bless. Not quite finishing off. Oh, no, we did. Okay, good. GG. Yeah, we don't get any victory music. But that is the fight one. Time Devourer down. Nothing for Sarge. Nothing for Glenn. Strength of magic for Fargo. Great. Oh, Glenn having 41 strength's not great. But it is what it is. Now I shall truly awaken again. This too is destiny. Yeah, well, turns out the Dragon God, again, similar to the dragons, not its real appearance. It's just so that it can have a physical appearance in this dimension. But, turns out the original Dragon God, no longer exists. If only Balthazar told us that in the first place. And it actually got swallowed by... Well, I'll give you one guess. Yeah, the frozen flame is actually something that got detached from Lavos. And if you link with the frozen flame, you link with Lavos itself. So, guess what got consumed? Guess what consumed the dragon god? Yeah, it was Lavos. So, whoever comes into contact with the frozen flame gets extraordinary powers. And, yeah, becomes the Devourer of Time. Now, go to the place where time became divided and weave the threads of time together again. Chrono Trigger. It's a new life form, the Devourer of Time. And, yeah. So, something from this planet and Lavos combined together. There's a lot of polymerization going on here. You need to keep up. And now it's somewhere else. And the Devourer of Time will consume all time. Obviously. And everything returns to nothingness. See, this is what happens when you deny a future. And Balthazar will give us the Time Egg. Remember Luca's working on an incomplete version of the Time Egg? This is the real deal. The Time Egg will enable you to travel beyond space-time. The world is in your hands. Release the life that is imprisoned. But what fused with Lavos? If you've played Chrono Trigger, I keep saying this. If you've played Chrono Trigger, you know. All will be revealed very soon. And water rising up, that can't be a good thing. Yeah, typical JRPG, we have completed the dungeon. And now the whole dungeon collapses on us. Luckily, it's not a timed event to get out. It's not Final Fantasy VII's reactor. But yes, the floating Terra Tower does return to Earth with a thud. And the Terra Tower evolves into its final form. Despite how it looks, it's not actually sentient. And yeah, it's a majestic thing of beauty. And now we have to defeat the real final boss, the Devourer of Time, Lavos plus someone or something. Time to get things back to normal. Unfortunately though, there's no such thing as destiny or fate. Because every time there is a destiny, when something changes, the previous destiny gets very angry. Which is a very bleak way of looking at things. And yet, what we do from this point forward, we need to accept the consequences of our actions, which is a very nice real-life lesson. And this is the hint to do with how you defeat the final boss. There have been hints throughout the game in how to defeat the final boss. I have tried pointing them out. Let's see who's been paying attention. So, as mentioned, the real Devourer of Time is back at Opasa Beach, where the angels lose their way, where it all began all those years ago. So I guess we should head to Opasa Beach in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Next episode will be the finale of the, well, new game. After that, we will be covering all the characters, how to get them all, and on top of that, some of the other bosses that you don't necessarily have to do during the story, but they're still good fun to do all the same. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already done so, please don't forget to leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed the content. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye bye!